The views, thoughts, and opinions on this podcast belong only to the hosts and the guests. They don't necessarily reflect any organization or sponsors connected to us. We aim to keep things accurate, but everything you hear is shared for information, conversation, and entertainment. We're going to dive into good laughs, tough talks, and that genuine feel that you came for. So get comfortable, relax into the vibe, and let the moment unfold. This is Keep It Clean. Lock in.
Because if that ain't if saying it now, get you off yourself, then two, if you say it now,
Is this needed? Is it accessible? Does it change up everything? What's y'all's thoughts? There's a game that's taking place. Yeah, that's taking place.
Tell me why I'm watching a game on ESPN. One of the banners in the background is YouTube TV for the game, but we can't even watch it. How does that make sense?
$20. I don't want no $20. I want the game.
Every time you see me, I keep it clean like a coaster.
Man, we back for another year. We had to run it twice because we so nice. Technical difficulty still brings us here. It's okay, man. It's 2026. I hope everybody had a happy new year, had a Merry Christmas, or had a happy Hanukkah, do a Kwanzaa, whichever holiday you chose to celebrate. I just hope you got to sit down and be peaceful. We getting straight to a bag today, man. We getting straight to a bag. We got college football. Playoffs have already started. We got the NFL football playoffs about to get started. And we also got heads rolling when it comes to the coaches. We got trade rumors in the NBA. And we also have a fan question talking about transitioning from playing back to being a regular schmegular, right? Nothing too crazy. Hey, Ev. Dirty Birds, right? Yeah, adjust that camera. Adjust that camera, right? Matthew who? Be happy that they don't like running backs because he shouldn't be in the NFL, or not NFL, the MVP talks no more. He tried to blunder it, but he came back. He came back the next week. I believe in you. A might argue somebody else, but you couldn't beat the Birds. And guess what? Oh, yeah, while I'm at it, not only Ev, Baker. Hey, Baker.
Wow.
You thought we was going to lose to the Saints? You thought we was going to lose to the rivals? Who that beat them? You know who it was. You know who it was. Hey, Baker. You nerd. We don't even have cleanups this week, man. It's been a lot that's happened. We're gonna clean up a lot of people once we get into the topics, bro. College football playoffs, man. What game you want to break down first, man? What game?
It's very simple. There was either a game that was really good or they absolutely just stunk the screen up. Like, there was plenty of games that put me to sleep. Point blank. You told me to watch out for Oregon. I've been peeping them. Ain't turned my head to them. I just been watching, but now I really got my peepers open. Oregon beating Texas Tech 23-0 in a bowl game in the playoffs to try to go win a national championship. You lost 23-0. What you doing showing up? Stay home. I'm sure David got another rant for a Texas team that shouldn't have been there, but what are you doing?
Hey. Let's be clear. All right. We haven't been here in a little bit, right? And there were some games that put you. Because we haven't been here in a little bit, we actually didn't get a chance to talk about the first round either.
Oh.
So just to do a quick skim through.
Yeah.
I told you about A&M.
I see. I knew that's the only reason why you wanted to go back and talk about them.
It's not just that. Not only did I tell you about A&M, right? I think Oklahoma, we were correct on, I'm trying to remember the predictions. We were correct on Alabama beating Oklahoma. I remember, if I remember correctly, you, Jamel, myself all agreed there, right? We didn't think James Madison was even worth talking about. So essentially the Alabama-Oklahoma game and the Miami-Texas A&M game were the only games we're talking about in the first round. Cool.
Correct.
Tulane, sorry about you. James Madison.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, like James Madison putting up 34 is interesting, but it wasn't like they were in the game for a
Right.
little bit. Cool. So
Right.
let's get to the second round. You're right. Oregon, Texas Tech. Why? What happened? Like Oregon's defense looked very stellar. This was a great game, and unfortunately, between them and Indiana tried to put the shutout on Alabama as well. That was my sleeper game. That was my literal dang, man. That's crazy. Just not off, right? Alabama got 3, but you didn't deserve that 3. I think Oregon putting the works on Texas Tech was a statement being made. I think Texas Tech was also one of those teams when you look at what the brackets were, they won the Big 12? Yes. I don't think we looked at them as whether or not they deserve to be there. But then the way that they played, did they deserve to be there? Because they got a bye. We're talking about them as they were good enough to get a bye. Were they better than the outside looking in teams?
No, they weren't better. It's the good thing about being in a conference like the Big 12. You can handle your business and get into a seeding position to where you can be in the top 10. So congratulations for handling business. You're not in one of the conferences that we really should be worried about right now. It's between the Big 10 and the SEC when the SEC decides to get its stuff together. And that's just, it is what it is. I mean, the ACC, they're in there with Miami. Congratulations. But like the conferences with the teams that are in them right now are the SEC and the Big 10. They've mashed them up. It is what it is. So you did your job. Like James Madison, congratulations. You did your job. You won your conference. You got into the playoffs. All the free stuff you can while you're at the bowl game because, that's how they handle it. They give you the
Not
new
the free stuff.
You get you the shirt, you get the new shoes, all that. Like, enjoy yourself because that's it. And for Texas Tech to show up and just like stink the bed like that was just terrible. I fell asleep. I'm not saying this as like let me say something zinc. I fell asleep. The game was boring.
Because it was to the point they genuinely could not move the ball.
No. 3 and out.
They couldn't move the ball.
3 and out. It was just like, I know a punter leg got to be tired. This is crazy.
It got to the point they were punting, and I'm like, bro, y'all are down multiple touchdowns. Why are you
you ain't been able to do nothing on defense, so why are we even giving the ball back with the opportunity? It is 4 down territory every single time you get the ball. 4 downs.
And you know what it was about this game? It was kind of one of those games where I looked at it. That's why I asked up front, it's like, was there better teams on the outside looking in? The answer is realistically it was only Notre Dame. BYU couldn't be them because Texas Tech beat them, and then Texas, quite literally, right? So this was one of those games where it made you consider, do you need 12? Like, do you, based on them, James Madison and Tulane, like, do you need 12? Alabama's a different story. If we transition over to that game really quick, Alabama's a different story in the essence of Indiana is that good.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, it wasn't like Alabama was just some chumps. Whether we like them or not being in the mix, they were in the mix. I don't think they should have been there. I don't understand. We already had this argument, or not argument. We had this conversation why they didn't move, but they did beat Oklahoma. They beat Oklahoma soundly. They looked like a playoff team. They were going into that game as a possibility to be a better game. We all picked Indiana, but belt meat biscuits. Like, what happened?
There's so many things we could point to. I mean, just the fact that they couldn't move the ball is the biggest thing. I mean, we've talked about this obviously off air, on air. Like, you're looking at a few teams that were supposed to be in, right? Alabama, Texas, BYU, Notre Dame, right? If you take them out, do they put up a better fight or do they have a better chance of winning the game? We don't know. You didn't handle business the way you were supposed to. The committee didn't think that you deserved to be there, and that's what it is. The chips fall where they may. If you didn't have the losses that you did, they wouldn't be able to question you the way that they did. So you've got to look yourself in the mirror on some of this stuff and be like, hey, we didn't handle business. Now, as far as 12 teams. I agree with you. 12 does seem kind of like a far cry because I feel like we're just kind of pulling, like, you won your conference, so come here. I think it should be 12 teams, but I think it should be the top 12 teams. I hear the conference play, and you're trying to give these smaller conferences a chance to come in and be a part of a bowl game and, show up. Let them go play in a big bowl, but don't let it be a part of the top 12 in the playoffs. I think we need to go 1 through 12 and then let it ride, because this whole you won your conference, but they won theirs and they're part of the Power Five and all this. I don't like that part. I think it should be top 12 and then we go from there.
So no room for leeway for the potential upset. I'll ask this question anytime I get the chance to take a shot. I'm gonna take a shot. People like Notre Dame get upset on a regular basis. Right?
First 3 games of the season.
Cool. And so that same upset could also happen in the playoffs too.
True.
So no leeway for that. They could come in here because it is tough. You're number 12 playing number 5. You're not playing number 1. Oregon happens to be nice this year. After number 5, well, really Ole Miss, so number 6. After number 6, a lot of the teams were shaky.
Right.
Oklahoma was shaky. Alabama was shaky. Right. Miami, A&M, all of them look shaky. So you might be able to go in there with a proper matchup. But at the same time, I completely understand what you're saying, because what do we gain from that? If I'm watching Oregon put the beats on Texas Tech like that had a squad that looked nice going through the process, if we're watching Indiana put the beats on Alabama, like they didn't care nothing about tradition at all, man. Quarterback threw a touchdown. Like, for Indiana was throwing touchdowns and having prayer circles on the sideline.
Man, they was having ball. Tell me why I'm looking at the screen and I'm trying to figure out who's who, because the jerseys look so close and the colors look close. Like, oh yeah, that's Indiana doing that. Like, you had to take a double take.
Man, like, you getting the brakes beat off of you by a youth pastor.
And he's gonna smile and tell you, great game. You guys really did a really good job today. Like, I'm so like, he's gonna just lie to you.
Like, my man's, I hate you.
Yes. Here after the game. And he's over here like, hey man, it was a really good game. Like, bro, shut up.
Oh my goodness, man.
You can't be mad at him.
You can't. He did his job. So
yeah.
Upset. Let's go to the upset game.
Whew. Georgia, hello.
Nah, that's not it. They had game of the week. The upset game was Ohio State.
That wasn't no upset.
Miami.
That wasn't no upset.
Yeah, stop it. Carson Beck. Come on, dog. Let's not lie to ourselves. Carson Beck ain't like that.
If you know who I am, that wasn't no upset over here.
Look, man. Carson Beck ain't like that. It was. I'll admit, because especially since I was one that predicted Ohio State, that shocked me. Like, Miami's offense does not tell me that they're, especially coming off of a 10-3 game with A&M, and even in the game that they played here, is like there was a lot of mishaps that Ohio State just, quite frankly, didn't take advantage of.
For sure.
It's like Miami beat them, but it is debatable to say Ohio State beat themselves. And there was a couple of calls where it's just like, it could have went either way, but you won.
Yeah.
Now, you ran into what I did call as the dark horse game of the week. Ole Miss and Georgia put on a thriller.
Yes.
That's
what we paid for.
That made up for the nap we took earlier. Locked in for that game. Made up for the nap we took earlier. That was a ball game, man.
Yep.
That was a ball. Hey, Trinidad Chambliss, I know you trying to come back for your 6th year, but you, sir, you was doing miracle.
Stock is high, baby.
Man, he did I was looking at that game, and I'll ask you, the way that he handled the pressure, the way that he kept consistently showing up, the way that he kept consistently making plays, is he not at least a second round draft pick if he was to go to the league? Am I missing something? Like what is the why go back for a 6 year?
I'll be very clear. I think if he wins a national championship, right? I think maybe there's an opportunity for him to get some stupid NIL money, and that might be the reason why he's entertaining the idea, or he wants to run it back without Kiffin or whatever he's doing. I don't understand why, because I think his stock is the highest it's ever been. Don't let him get another weekend. Like, if he gets another win in the fashion that he did it versus Georgia, again, versus a crazy SEC team as it is with Kirby, and then you go and win another one on the road, you might be talks of being taken first round. And it's not over for Ned. Like, it's not like, let's not get crazy. It's not over Mendoza and all that, but like, it's one of those where the Jets, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of these teams that ain't really got it together go, you know what? And they go grab him. I'm with you.
He went 30 for 46.
I mean,
2
it's not,
TDs.
the stats right there are perfect to prove that he was efficient. But when you watch the game, it looked like backyard football for him and Stockton, because they both were outside of the pocket making plays down the field happen. Whether it was on foot, whether it was a long pass, whether it was a cross route, whatever it was, they got it done. And you saw like a battle. And it was the he's going at it. Like, praise to Stockton. I'm not saying his stock went crazy, but I'm watching him going, man, this 40-year-old man look good. Like, he all right.
And I want to give credit where credit is due. Stockton was getting hit.
He was down. Now, hang on. There was a few of them I was like, you need to go down. You need stop letting them hit you for free. You need to go down.
It was the one though where he had scrambled outside the pocket. He's going to his left, and it was towards the end of the game, and he like did a jump pass.
And they
and in my head I was like, why did you jump? They hit the hit the spirits out that boy all throughout the game, man. Stockton took hits. He had to have been in that ice bath Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday. He was there after the game. What you mean? He was back there while Kirby was giving a speech already in the ice.
Bro, I hadn't seen the last time I seen somebody get hit like that, oddly enough, was the other Georgia QB. Who was it that got folded? Remember the old dude that was trying to run? It was last year. Was it Beck before he had left?
Beck was last year.
Yeah, when he just got like folded, like he was on his knees and was going back like that, like took a hit so hard.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. I think that was last year. He got blitzed, right? So cool. So now we here. We got it set up. We got Oregon versus Indiana, Ole Miss versus Miami.
Can I say something real quick?
Go.
Yeah, so Miami, let me just say to your last point when you were talking about the last game, Miami's defense was everything about that game.
Yes.
Ohio State made a whole bunch of mistakes, but Miami was every part of that dub that happened. Because, I mean, every you turn the corner, they were right there on the receivers. And we all know Ohio State got some good wide receivers, and a couple of them are leaving. Going to this game this week, I was going to say Ole Miss Miami actually might be the game of the week. That's just me talking. Because you're talking about Oregon and Indiana. That's two very big powerhouse teams. And it might be a slugfest like the Georgia Ole Miss game, or it might be one of them games where it's like 9-6. Like, I'm really scared it's going to be the 9-6 one because they're so good. Like, both teams are so good that it's going to be hard for one to get the other. I think they both have exhilarating, lovely offenses, but they both have defenses too. So I'm concerned about that one. I think the Miami Ole Miss game might be the one.
Okay. I will counter that. I think it's one or two things. I think it's either like a 21-17 or 17-14. One of those, or just a blowout.
Yeah.
I think it Yeah, I think the way, because remember I had said earlier, Ole Miss is that dark horse team, and
Yeah.
they've gone. They went 41 and 39 in
Okay.
back-to-back games.
Okay.
They you could say whatever you want about Tulane, then they ran in there in Georgia and almost did 41 again.
Yeah.
And I think Georgia's defense is better than Miami's defense, but Miami's defense is gelling at the right time of the year.
Bingo.
That's why I said it'll either be like a 17-14
Right.
and I
Right.
still
Right.
have Ole Miss,
Right.
or the eyes get big. It's like you might be a little, you beat A&M, but that wasn't pretty.
Right.
10-3, right? You
Right.
beat Ohio State, but again, to your point, that it wasn't like Miami's offense beat Ohio State. It was Miami's defense. Miami's defense scored. So
Right.
after those 24 points, is, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like they went out there and they're putting up numbers. So you're playing against a Ole Miss defense that is solid, SEC tested. Is not to knock the ACC. Georgia did put up 34, but it's also Georgia. It's
Yes.
also a well-tuned machine with Kirby over there. Cool. And they matched them and went 39. Your defense has to see my offense more than my defense has to see yours.
Mhm.
And who's gelling better, Trinidad Chambliss and Lacey, or the Miami defense? I don't know, man. I know Miami's supposed to be the home team, which is interesting, but they have Miami predicted to win.
Yeah.
They got Miami, and I don't.
You know why? You know why? The whole shakeup with Lane Kiffin. They
think so?
didn't have the win in the last game. So the shakeup with Lane Kiffin, I think they're saying like, oh, they showed up versus the SEC team. They've seen them before. They know how to play them, blah, 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 all that type of stuff. They don't know what to do with the ACC. Beck and them was on a run. They definitely were loving the defense. I think without Kiffin, they don't see them winning it all or going all the way.
I just don't know.
I don't agree with them. I'm just telling you, we know why they're picking them to win.
How do you think Lane Kiffin feels?
Oh, Lane's cool because his paycheck is rising every time. You ain't see him send out the tweet whenever they won the last game? His contract is structured so every time they win a game, he still gets paid. Oh yeah. If they end up winning the national the championship, he gets $1 million. Every game they win plus is like $250,500. He ain't worried about nothing. He cheering them on from the crib.
And to be fair, it is your team.
Yeah.
Like you put this together. Say what you want. This is your team. It's no different
100%.
than when Harbaugh was out. Yeah, we saw you there, but we know whose team that really is. Like,
yes.
Okay. So who do you have winning?
I am riding with Ole Miss versus Miami. I like what I saw, and I'm hoping that the offense with Lacey and Chamberlain is more explosive than the defense that Miami put up against Ohio State.
Okay.
So that's mine. What you got on that one?
Oh, I have Ole Miss. I do.
Okay.
I have Ole Miss.
Okay.
Like I said, I think it's either 17-14 Ole Miss, or we seeing another 40-pointer.
I would love to see a 40. That man, I would love for them to go back and forth. I really would. I just don't see it happening, but I would love to see it go back and forth.
Look, I think the script writers are with me on this one.
Oh yeah.
I think the script writers are with me on this one. Okay, so
Oregon, Indiana. I'm going Indiana. Them boys look good, man. Them boys look good. I ain't even mad at them.
Oregon hasn't shown fear to me. That doesn't mean anything when you're going against a well-oiled machine in Indiana.
No, it don't. Hey, for the sake of the conversation, just stick with Oregon. That way, when we can readdress this, I think it's cool. But something about them Hoosiers right now, man, they look good.
I'm willing to be wrong on the Ole Miss game, and I know Miami is playing for an opportunity to play in Miami for the championship.
Correct.
Cool. I'm also standing by both Oregon and Ole Miss simply for the fact that I'm still riding the conspiracy theory wave, bro. They haven't let anybody not Nike win. They haven't. If there's a year to do it finally for Oregon, this looks like the year.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine?
Looks like the year.
They got it printed up already. It's either coming us or to South Africa, but something's happening. Somebody's getting it. You know what I mean?
You know the type of cleats, the type of J's that are going to come out if Oregon messes around and even gets to the championship. Even if they get to the championship.
See them stepping on the plane today? It was up on the feed today. They had the all green Air Force Ones suede joints with the duck in the back. I kind of hope they do one for that aspect. As you can see, I wouldn't mind adding one of them bad boys to the color. They got the Florida one right here, so I'm just waiting for the next one.
Come on, man. Like all the Oregon Duck 3s, 4s gonna be caught by me. They're gonna be 3s and 4s, man. I'm there
just
for
bring back the pit crew. All I ask, man. Just bring back the pit crew 3s so that way we can have them. Okay, please. Thank you.
Okay, so you have Indiana and Ole Miss in the championship.
Yes.
What's the score for you for the Indiana Oregon game? They got it. They got it. Indiana by 3.5 is the betting line.
So if we're doing the low end game, like we talked about, I'm at like a 14-13 type of game because I think it's going to come down to the very last possession. If we're doing the high end, I'm saying more like 27-21.
Okay.
I don't see it.
I'm looking at the same thing I said for Ole Miss. I think is, but unlike that, I don't think there's a low scoring game. I think Indiana's offense is too good to keep it low scoring, and I also think Oregon's offense is also potent as usual for Oregon. So I see a game where they both push 30 easily. It's either they both push 30 or Indiana just gets out there and just goes full throttle on them, right? Like this game truly does come down to how long Oregon's offense can continue to score. I don't even put it on the defense. Oregon's defense, their job is to try to contain them to 24. If you can hold them to a 24 going into halftime, you're in the ball game. Yeah, it's really on Oregon's offense, and they're playing in Indiana, are they not? Where's this game at?
The Peach Bowl. That's in Atlanta.
Okay. Ooh, neutral. Turf for the Ducks.
But I'm track star boys. Yeah.
Turf
I'll tell you more,
Ducks?
gonna love that. Yeah, they're gonna love that. I don't know. Ground and pound might be good in the turf too, though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what Georgia thought. that's what Georgia thought. Okay, so yeah. Jamel did pick Indiana, so he's here with that. I think did he say Oregon over Texas Tech?
Jamel sound like a dude that say Texas Tech over Oregon, but that's just me.
Because I can't remember. I really can't remember either. I genuinely can't remember. Okay, cool. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
I said it's been a few weeks. That's all.
And you still have Indiana taking it all.
Yeah.
Fair play. Okay, man. Well, we don't have to make it too difficult, man. Speaking of playoffs, big CTE. Week 17 done. And I just want to say this, man. I could have added this as a keep it clean as well. After week 16, all the hype that you and I had, even with Jamel as we were breaking down the last 3 weeks, all of it died. After week 16, pretty much everything was decided. So every game outside of the Broncos, like maybe every game was, what are we doing? Why are we here?
There was a couple games that, like the Steelers, the Ravens,
and Ravens. That's it.
Right. So like Tampa, when they played Carolina, they should have won. They didn't, so they had to rely on you guys to win the game or lose it. Like there was a few games that came into play where like if you mess up, somebody else might get in or like. But I do understand there was like 70% of the league that just showed up to catch a check that day. So I definitely understand.
Because I would say, okay, it's more on the side after the Carolina and Tampa game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of other things had already fallen in place. Like most of these teams were already eliminated, right? So we're looking at we were
waiting on the Ravens game after that one because literally
essentially you know, because we're looking at what was it? It was we had the Seahawks 49. Well, Seahawks 49ers was supposed to be a better game, overall. But didn't the Seahawks already lock in the number one seed?
Yeah. So remember, I told you the boys are scary. They done got the number one seed with your boy. That's scary. That team is scary.
I don't want to be this person, right? But at the same time, I have to be this person. I've missed on some things. I haven't missed on QBs since we've been doing this show. I have not missed on QB.
But the game ain't won and lost with just your QB. That's all I'm saying.
You could fluff it whichever way you want. One thing I have hit the bullseye on has been when a QB will not show up. I gave you Sam Darnold. I told you he was nice throughout last season, and then he got to the playoffs and brick squad right in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
You get a first round bye. You do.
Yep.
Shout out to you. We'll come back to that, but you do get a first round bye.
Yeah.
It's not as if you went out there and put up great numbers against the 49ers. It was a defensive game.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm with that. Other than that, so we had Tampa and Carolina and then the Seahawks and 49ers. That was Saturday. So you gave us the best games on Saturday until Sunday night, essentially. Like every other team was already eliminated. Saints, Falcons, that was for the Bucks and Panthers.
Hang on. But the thing was the games where some seedings of the games were taking place. So when Washington beat Philly, that messed up and dropped them down. So like a lot of teams were already in the playoffs and really didn't care about seeding at that point because they were like, we're in the playoffs. Like we don't care if we're second or fifth. Like the fact you could fall from first to fifth or seventh because the divisions are how they are is pretty crazy to start off with.
Right.
But like you lost to Washington, which should have been a walk in the park. And now you're dropped a seed, and now that's going to make it harder for you to get to the Super Bowl when you've already had a kind of wavery season. Yeah, it's going to mess some things up for the playoffs moving forward.
I do think, though, even for some of these seedings, especially on the NFC side, outside the NFC West, the Eagles went in there and played a lot of their backups.
Yeah.
They felt comfortable with whatever they had going on, right?
Right.
The Packers weren't supposed to lose.
No.
I'll say that. But they were wild card to begin with. Cool. They weren't taking a division from Chicago. So, you know, so the seeding was fifth or sixth, which I get, but either way, you're traveling. Nobody cared about the Giants and Cowboys. And I do. What's with the Giants and having the opportunity for the number one pick, and then every time they go out there and just say, nah, now's the time to win instead of doing it all season. Like, why are you
like they're not tanking? It's how they do it every year. So they'll come in and be like, look, we're doing terrible. Let's just keep losing. And then the last couple of games, they all of a sudden, look, we're not tanking. We're not doing this on purpose. Like, that's what it looked like.
But why not do that, like, I don't know, 3 weeks out with the season left? Why are you doing this with the last game? You went into the game knowing this was an easy one. Here, Dak. Here. Yeah. It doesn't mean anything for y'all. Like that. Okay. Jaguars put the brakes on the Titans.
The Raiders sent Max Crosby home. They told him don't even show up to the game, bro. And he was playing basketball and hanging out with his daughter. Like he was showing us, like, they told me to go home. Like, don't act like I'm on injured reserve. They told me to go home. I'm doing just fine.
Announced it immediately because he had an issue with it, right? And I do respect that. He wanted to die on his sword. They said nah, and I get it. You protect your assets, you do. And if I'm him, I also kind of demand a trade because y'all ain't looking good no time soon.
And y'all ain't trying to win with this. So let me go ahead.
Not trying to win.
Let me go on.
Not trying to win at all. At
Nope.
all. Right? Okay. Now we go to, again, the Colts. You put up 30. You're already out of the playoffs. So you gave 30 points to a Texans team that had not given up 30 points. Did that mean anything? I think they had a lot of backups in as well. They're also playing for a little bit of a seeding. Cool. Jets, Bills, meh. Y'all beat the Bears, but again, they claimed the number 1 seed. They knew they weren't going to get it over Seattle. So their seeding kind of moved around. Broncos, Chargers, okay, both of those are playoff teams. They were playing for seeding, kind of. But the Broncos had already cleared the division to begin with, if I remember correctly. So they secured the AFC top spot. That's what they were playing for. Number 1 over there. Solid. Chiefs, Raiders, waste of my time. Rams, Cardinals, another waste of my time. Patriots, Dolphins, huge waste of time. Huge waste of time. But the Patriots were trying to play for potentially them getting the number 1 seed.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
Then you got the Commanders, Eagles, and then you got year 3 in a row of Lamar getting cheesed in a half. Cheesed, bro. But before we get there, Myles Garrett, sack record. How you feel about them trying to say that they just gave it to him?
If you watch the film, they did. Hate to say it like that because he definitely deserved it. I wanted him to get in week 16 so we wouldn't even have an asterisk next to the 17 that it will have. But yeah, if you watch the film, Joe saw him come from around the corner and he just fell down. I was watching the game when it happened. Like it was like he was hunting for him. Don't get me wrong. Myles was trying to get there. He was working hard trying to get there. Got close a few times, maybe even try to put his hand on him on a few of those, that they got him down on. But when he came around the corner and he kind of felt him, he just laid down. And that might be Joe protecting himself and just making sure he didn't get hurt. Regardless, he didn't know if it was Myles or not. But I have a feeling that he did and he gave it to him.
Okay. What about the other angle of it took him all 17 games where they're arguing Strahan only had 16, TJ Watt did it in 16. Like,
this is what I mean. I wish he would have done it in 16 because we wouldn't be having this conversation. This man is a beast. He deserves the respect that he, gets, and more should be given to him because he's one of the best defensive players that have ever played the game. And the fact that we have to now say he did it in 17 instead of 16, there will always be an asterisk next to this. And it's just a fact.
And okay, so the way I look at it, I don't really have so much of an asterisk because between TJ Watt and Michael Strahan, y'all were playing on defenses that could help you. Myles is the only relevant person on that defense that any of us care about. They do. Right. The Browns do have a decent defense, but a large amount of it is centered around Myles Garrett getting double to triple team. Not to say TJ Watt and Michael Strahan weren't, but it is the aspect of they are going out of their way to stop one player because they are not concerned about whatever else the Browns have going on. Other side of the ball, you couldn't even deal with the coach and who he was really trying to trust at QB. So you have Shador over there, but it's not taken away from the fact of you could say he folded. Cool. He got 22 of them things, bro. Like it was more than likely going to happen. And if we're honest with ourselves, we talk about it every week. The Bengals O-line isn't good. It was. I thought it was going to happen regardless. You can asterisk all you want. He did it. If you feel away, go out there and get some more. Go out there and get some more, man. I feel like Max Crosby. You had the opportunity to do that coming soon. Yeah. I feel like TJ Watt. You can run it back. You can do a lot of that stuff. Hey, run it back.
Yep,
run it back.
Yep,
my man's got it. Yeah. Hey man, and he's not gonna get nothing else. He chose to go back to the Browns. So you getting a sack record.
That's a sacrifice in itself. You should just give it to him for that. Just he kept Cleveland relevant. Just do that, bro. Just give it to him.
Like you had a lot of other options, but hey,
yeah,
whatever. Right? Cool. Now, back to Lamar.
Oh boy.
Bro, that hurt my heart. That game hurt my
Especially
heart.
who he lost it to. I'm not a part of the Rodgers haters club, but I didn't like it at the same time. Like, you know.
Their kicker missing the point after. Hilarious. Because did you see the way that joint curved?
Oh, yeah.
It looked good when it took off.
It started doing all this in midair. I was like, how that happened?
It was like someone was just like this with a remote. No, I'm talking about a hard curve.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The wind wasn't even blowing that hard for it. That looked like a slider on the baseball field. Bro.
That's a great example.
So now you drive down the field, and I've always never understood this. Even if you're trying to set up for the field goal, why not run the ball and try to just get a couple extra yards? Why would you take a knee and lose a yard? Especially if you're like, yes, we're in the NFL where people are kicking 50 to 60 yarders casually. 40 yards still ain't no joke.
No.
40 yards still is a lot of pressure. 40 yards is outside and it's cold. A frozen football rotates a different way. Right? I don't understand, especially with 3 timeouts. Why not, while you're running down the clock, try to get 5 yards and keep chunking it down? Like a 38 sounds way more comfortable than 44. Anything in the 40s. Man. And then the rookie, I haven't seen the shit this big since, I don't even know. Bro, that hurt, man. As a Lamar fan, that one, I'm watching that like, you saw the text. I sent it to the group. All I could say was, wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It hurt.
Woo, man. Okay. Once again, Mike Tomlin has a winning season. If they end up being the first round exit and you took away Lamar from me, because Lamar going in as a dark horse team is the perfect setup for him. They had low expectations. They didn't see them going far anyways. You coming in more or less limping in, they would have been 9-8 going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
The world was open for him. All the expectation is on Josh. All of it. Boy.
Can I jump on this band? Can I jump on this bandwagon, please? Josh, zoom it in. You ain't got no excuses here, fam. None. MVP last year, consolation prize. It's time, okay? Because the question now becomes, is it you? Because we've got all these questions that keep getting answered. Well, he didn't have a number 1 target, or he doesn't have this, or he doesn't have that. Yeah, we always have to go through this conversation. Okay, cool. How many years can we point the finger at everybody else around you before we come back around to you? Your arch nemesis, Pat, ain't in it. Okay? Pat is at home rehabbing. Okay? Lamar got kicked out by old man Rodgers. You got a few other quarterbacks that are in here that are new that you have to navigate around. Not to say that they don't have some dangerous teams, because they do.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're calling you MVP, and then we're talking about you being in MVP talks again, stuff, it's time, my friend. It's time.
Are we talking about him being an MVP?
I'm just saying, in the future, he'll be a part of the conversation. It is what it is. He's a talented quarterback, so I figured he'd be there. But it's time to make the next step. It's the same thing we get on Lamar about. It's the same thing we get on Joe Burrow about, all these other guys. Now that you're at the helm where you've had all these like heavyweight bouts with Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and all this other stuff, you beat Lamar. You haven't beat Pat. And now you're in a situation where neither one of them are there. And then you've got these newbies here that have figured it out and got their teams into a situation. You should be big dog right now. Big dog. There should be, going through Buffalo should be a problem. And it needs to be that, because I can't keep giving excuses for Josh anymore. I just can't.
So that's an easy segue into it. You're absolutely right. It's to the point now. Somebody outside of that, what is it, 4? 5, not named Pat, has to do something.
Mhm.
Right? Lamar had an up and down season. You can argue the injuries, whatever the case may be, didn't make the playoffs.
Mhm.
Quite frankly, that's all it is. Joe didn't make the playoffs, right? Josh, they have moved mountains for you, sir. They have moved mountains for you to make sure that you are in a position to be the guy. They want you to be the guy
Mhm.
so badly.
Mhm.
So badly. Like it's one thing to deal with Pat, and but it's just the rivalry is easy to throw out there. You two going back and forth. It's cool to see the 3-way rivalry going into the Super Bowl run with Lamar being there at times. But at this point, what else do you want?
Mhm.
Right? The argument of he doesn't have a receiver is brand new. You had Stephon Diggs for a long period of time. I can't fault you for Keon Coleman not panning out the way that he's supposed to, but it's not as if you're lacking, right?
Mhm.
So we're at the point of do or die, bro. Do or die. You got the respectfully. He might have
Say it.
the easiest first round, all things considering. Like
I
they
don't
set
disagree.
you up. They set you up. You're playing the Jags, and the Jags are nice. They form towards the end of the year. But when I'm looking at the Steelers defense, when I'm looking at the Texans defense, Broncos got a first round bye. I'm looking at what the Patriots have been doing. Even the Chargers are not a team to be played with,
Mhm.
right? Chargers have quite literally only beat themselves.
Mhm.
They every game that the Chargers lost, they beat themselves. I don't remember a game, and I watched majority of them where they got outright beat.
Mhm.
Other than maybe Indianapolis, when Indianapolis was still hot.
You're saying it
You
right
know?
now. In this division, Buffalo has only had to worry about the Chiefs. They've had to play some stiff competition with Lamar and everybody else, but the real competition for them has been the Chiefs. So now that they're not there, this shouldn't be a conversation of Jacksonville maybe making the upset. This is Buffalo's chance to win it.
That's a fact. That's a
That's
fact.
it.
Okay. So with that being said, man, we could go straight into the playoffs, man. So, well, but you know what? It'll just be easy. This what I'm gonna do. We're gonna bring up the playoff bracket. What am I looking for? Bam.
I got it.
Bam. Right? This is what we looking like. You want to do AFC or NFC first? What you feeling? Okay. So yeah, playoff bracket. AFC, NFC. Which side you want to start with?
AFC.
AFC. Cool. No. Every game except for the one on Monday, they're all going to be played Sunday. Patriots, Chargers, Bill Jaguars, Steelers, Texans, Broncos
Yep.
with the bye. Which one?
Buffalo has to beat Jacksonville. So that's
Okay.
that's probably going to be the most entertaining in my opinion because like they have to beat Jacksonville. New England and Chargers, I don't really see anybody touching New England in that aspect in this game. And then Houston, Pitt, I'm going Houston. I don't want to see Pittsburgh in the second round. I've got some hate in my heart. I'm trying to move past it, but it hasn't passed yet. So I'm going Houston over Pitt.
You don't see. I heard everything you said, but I was listening to you saying, "Don't think anyone's getting past the Patriots." Like you said it so comfortably.
Oh yeah.
No faith in Herbert.
No. What does he show me that I should be?
A lot. He's shown What do you mean? Justin Herbert hasn't put up this is arguably his best season.
Yeah. And I still don't think that it's beating what New England has put together this year, though. I think it's unfortunate they have to play New England the first game. Because I think they could have, played the Steelers or Houston and gotten to the second round without even flinching. But having to play New England the first round isn't for their benefit.
I mean, 26 TDs, 3,700 yards. Okay. While I'm not mad at you saying that New England wins,
You didn't like how Luke said it.
Yeah, like I do think you still got a Harbaugh as a coach.
Yeah.
I think do we overestimate Drake May?
I think right now it's okay to.
Explain.
What's been put on the field, what the result has been. New England has carried this throughout the entire season. This has not been like a ebb and flow. This has been like across the season. So I don't really see this as Herbert's chance against this team. I just don't. I think New England has proven all season who they are, and they're at a point in time where they're playing the Chargers, and I think this is honestly an easy game for them.
Easy game is crazy. You know what? Just because you said that, I'm going with the Chargers for the upset.
Cool.
That's what I'm going. That's gonna be my upset alert of that side. I do think the Bills should beat the Jags, but they are playing Tampa at home. I'm not Tampa. I'm sorry, Jacksonville at home.
Isn't that sad though that we have to even sit here and be like with the Buffalo Bills? Like this is one of those infrastructures, like the Chiefs. They've got their core. This should be fine, but like there's a problem walking into Jacksonville because Jacksonville's hot.
Yeah, Jacksonville's hot, and this is Trevor Lawrence's last chance, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh wow.
Yeah, doubling down on it. Hey man, one thing about me is them QBs, bro. QBs. I be knowing me a QB when I see one, and you doing well right now, but it's also if we are being honest, all bias aside, it's past due for Trevor Lawrence. With the expectations that he had, the teams that he's had, it is past due for him. He is currently falling under the radar, especially looking at the playoff landscape. You're playing somebody that we just even spoke on in Josh Allen that has a larger expectation. Mm-hmm. So you get to hide in that shadow, but Trevor is supposed to be in the conversation with Joe, with Justin, with Lamar.
Right.
You haven't shown that.
Right.
You have not shown that. You are putting up the same numbers as Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Do or die season. Yep. Do or die season. So I had the Jags, man. I had the Jags comfortably.
I wasn't cheering for Buffalo because the fact that we have to sit here and have this like if conversation is sad. I think that they should beat the Jaguars, but I'm not confident in it. The way I told you how New England's going to beat the Chargers, you heard the confidence in that. I didn't waver. I was like, this is what's going to happen. I was very decisive. When I talk about Buffalo beating Jacksonville, I'm not that decisive about it, just for the simple fact that Buffalo has been, I won't say like teetering all year on like iffy and good, but like it just seems like every time they catch a stride, something happens. And it's been happening like that all year for them. So it's not like they've been riding hot going into the playoffs. So I'm a little worried about them.
I think Josh Allen is having his Jared Goff season, where it's like, man, when the highs are high, and then out of nowhere you give us 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
And I think
it's been tough for him this year.
So he done played the last couple of games a little bit decent. And the crazy part, someone that said this to me while Evan and I were at the game, we were talking about the playoffs, and they quite literally said, if you study the Falcons game, you know how to beat the Bills. Because all they did was send, like, with 2 rookie pass rushers, they were getting to Josh consistently. And now, mind you, this is casually speaking, because even I had retorted, I was like, man, Atlanta, quiet as kept, does have one of the better defenses in the league. Like you can genuinely argue a top 10 defense. So it's not like it's a guaranteed. You just watch
It's
the
sweet
film
over here.
got it.
Yeah.
But with what Jacksonville has been doing, you put pressure on Josh and then make one of those receivers have to do something. Who are you throwing to? If it's not Kincaid?
Yeah.
James Cook can't run and pass out of the backfield at the so like unless is Shakir gonna show up? Is Keon Coleman gonna have a hell of a game?
Palmer.
Like there we go. So what is it that we're doing?
I
have Jacksonville comfortably. They're playing at home too. And if I remember correctly, didn't Jacksonville beat them this year?
That I don't know.
They went, let me see. How did Jacksonville do? Full schedule? Yep. Because I know they saw them. No, they didn't. I'm thinking of the wrong division. I saw Jacksonville. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
That'll be good. I have some comments on that anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Steelers, Texans.
Texans.
Comfortably?
By a score.
This is an all defensive game.
It is. That's why I'm not like excited about it. It's gonna be very.
This is defense only game.
CJ Stroud is going to be running for his life, and so is Aaron Rodgers. He showed us he could still at least put his feet on the ground versus the Ravens. That ain't flying versus Houston. Them boys are flying on defense. So he's gonna be laying down like Joe Burrow did for Myles Garrett. This is going to be a very defensive-minded game, and it's not going to be fun to watch.
And the nastiness about this, it's almost like complete opposite scripts. The AFC, almost all defense. The NFC, opposite, all offense.
Boy, they got some high-powered offenses in the AFC, in the NFC. I'm talking about.
I just want to be clear here. Patriots for you, Bills.
Yep.
Texans. So next week, for your prediction, we should be seeing the Broncos playing the Texans, Patriots playing the Bills in the division rivalry game. I have the Texans winning.
That's the only one we agreed. Everything else has been separate.
Yeah, because the Texans and Steelers is just going to be one of the ugliest games. And you know what? You know what I really don't like? I don't like the fact that they're the 7th. I don't like that they're the Monday night primetime game. I don't think. I'm looking at all these other Amazon Prime again. Yeah, like I'm looking at all these other playoff games, and it's like, why are they primetime Monday? Almost any other game, could have been Monday. Jags, Bills could have been a Monday. Patriots, Chargers, Bears, Packers, Eagles, 49ers, Panthers. Look, okay, but that's still actually no. I would still take Panthers, Rams over Texans, Steelers on a Monday night myself. Okay, so we're opposite. I have the Jags. I have the Chargers and an upset. Cool. NFC side. Rams, Panthers.
Rams.
Don't sleep on the Panthers, man.
I'm not sleep, but like
Rams. Don't sleep on the Panthers.
Rams have been handling business. I ain't trying to hear this.
Panthers
if you want to not sleep on the Panthers and take the Panthers on this one, good sir, by all means. Let's just have the contrast here, but I'm going with the Rams.
Panthers beat them during the season.
Understandable. It's a season.
Okay. I don't have the Panthers, just quite frankly. Like if it was Tampa going into LA, sure. But I haven't seen Bryce Young in the bright lights.
Hey, so he made the play.
He did.
You know, he made the playoffs, man. Way to bring the team back to relevancy. That's great.
Yeah.
Anticipation now. Let's see your way home. Let's do that.
You know,
yeah.
Neither you nor Tampa should have made it, especially if you're relying. Like Tampa having to rely on the Saints is still sad, and you're welcome, Carolina, for the fact that the Falcons went in there and handled business because
Right.
records aren't that far off. But
Right.
yeah, I have Rams comfortably in LA.
Yep.
49ers, Eagles. 49ers are going to Philly.
I want the 49ers to win.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just kind of like McCaffrey and Kittle and Purdy. I like the little core that they have there. I mean, it'd be nice to see them get over the hump. And what better way to beat the Philadelphia Eagles? I mean, I hate how they handling everything over there. So, yeah, I want to see 49ers win. I'm a hater.
I want to see the Eagles win simply for the fact the conversation after you get past Pat, Lamar, Josh, Joe, they've been comparing Purdy and Hurts as their equivalent, but giving way more credit to Purdy
Right.
for it, more or less until Jalen Hurts won last year.
The same product.
Get up there, you lose to the Chiefs. So now Jalen went and won. I don't want you to lose this battle. I don't.
Okay.
If the 49ers were playing anybody other than the Eagles, I'm okay. I don't want Brock Purdy to have the head up on Jalen Hurts in the playoffs. Go ahead and get past that first round. Do I think the Eagles are going to repeat? No. Is it possible? Very much so.
Of course.
If they beat them, we go into the Bears and the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Which Packers must have an inside deal with the Cowboys because whatever the Cowboys don't want ends up in Green Bay. I don't know if Trayvon Diggs makes a massive difference to the defense because I'm not big on his style of play. It is very much high risk, high reward.
Player to play after his concussion of moving the TV. Oh, funny.
Jerry has some direct line to the Packers ownership. Like the way that the story, I don't know if we should touch on it too much. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that the story went down of you trying to stay with the family. Now, allegedly you went out to a concert. I think the part that's blowing my mind at the end of the day, he pretty much told them, family, going to a concert, whatever you were doing back in DC, you're from there. There was nothing else for y'all to do, right? So if he would have got back to Dallas, he told you he was immediately flying back out, which would have been okay. So then what's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. This is a common practice if they're from the area. Like, I don't know. What I do know is he's in Green Bay. It doesn't hurt.
No.
It doesn't hurt to have a ball hawk on the field, and especially going into a Chicago where you got 3 pretty good receivers. Every little bit helps. Who you got?
So I'm calling. I really don't have a bunch of upsets on the first round. I really don't. I'm calling Chicago. Chicago, that they're real all season. Every time we had a conversation, we're like, "Are they for real?" And they would beat that game. They come out of that game. Even when they played San Fran in the last couple of weeks, one of those things were like, they look real.
Okay. I do want to toss this out there. I too have Chicago, but I think this might be the game of the week for me. This might be the game of the first round. Maybe Eagles 49ers, but the Bears Packers game in the first round. I want to touch on this. The same yardage that Jackson Dart had, where they're saying he played exceptionally well for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams had it beat by 1,000 yards and 10 plus touchdowns, and y'all called him a bust.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now, Jackson Dart started 4 games into the season?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So if we did the math, that would mean, even if you try to argue that, Caleb put up at least 250 a game to get that 1,000 plus yards, and then at least 2 tutties a game. Right. So you called him a bust, but concussion man over here is exceptional. Just say you hate Just say you hate the skin color, bro. What else could it be? What else could it be? Like, and it's like one of them. Okay, even in this situation, Malik Neighbors did end up getting hurt, but you had Scatterwood that got hurt. Cool. Nobody of today's football watching can tell me anything about the history of Chicago's QBs. You know why? Because they don't have history. Your best one's still Jay Cutler. Still, they don't protect the QBs. They don't care about the QBs. So him putting up those yards was insane for how much running he had to do.
It just was. There was no success behind it. So, people are, what have you done for me?
What success did New York have?
I know, but it's what have you done for me lately? And they took him at number 1. They didn't take Jackson Dart at number 1. So when you're a number 1 pick, you're going to have a higher ceiling. I understand. I'm not saying that you ain't wrong. I'm just saying side of the story. That's all.
What's your go-to phrase? Tomfoolery? That's what that is. that's a pocket full of tomfoolery, right? Okay. So we both have the Bears. You have 49ers. I have Eagles. We both got the Rams.
Yep.
All right. Doing it once again. Super Bowl predictions.
I don't want to touch on this until after the first week.
No. We've been doing it week by week, buddy. No sirskis. We've been doing week by week. I'm
still going Seattle. And I'm I don't like this. I'm going New England.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Who
the road
you had before?
I had the Seahawks.
Yes.
And I want to say it was either Denver or New England. I don't understand what the problem is.
I don't remember you saying Denver. I remember me saying Denver. I don't remember you saying Denver.
I said Denver at one point. I definitely
did. There was a period of time you were saying Indy. I know that. I know you said the Patriots. I know
that was throughout the season. You're talking about like week 8. I was like Indianapolis, but like things have changed week by week. But one I've kept since like week 11 is like Seahawks. I've been telling y'all they've been looking good. I have been talking about them. Obviously, I said Detroit Lions. I was trying to cheer for my said that, but like when it got realistic, I was picking Seahawks out of the NFC, and then AFC's been a little shaky. I give you that.
Okay. I still have the Broncos because the defense is nuts. And
that's not an argument.
It's not. Again, all defense. They don't even have the best defense. The Texans do, but they have a little bit of enough of an offense.
Houston ain't got enough.
The only other team I can see competing with them offensively on the AFC side, like outright, is the Chargers.
Okay.
But where the Chargers have them in offense, the Broncos have them in defense. So it's like one of those stalemates. And then the Broncos offense, I think, is slightly better than the Chargers defense. They're on opposite sides of the bracket. So they would have to both win this week and next week to see each other. With that being said, on the other side, you can't say the champ till you beat the champ. So I still have to go with Philly. Right? I do. I still have to go with Philly, bro. Like, I don't like it. I don't. But we watch them win a ring and hate each other. What else is new now? They just hate some more.
They don't hate each other like they hate each other this year, though. This year's hate is much different than last year's.
I haven't seen his hands stop working. I still see him catching passes. I still see Jalen throwing him passes. I still see Devontae Smith. Now, he's been quiet all year, and they've been talking about him. You know, you was a bust in fantasy. Is it not time for? They've been winning without. No, they've been winning without Saquon being Saquon.
Yeah, because Bigsby is there.
This would be the time for him to show up.
Yeah. Okay.
This would be the time for him to show up. That's me. That's me. Right. I'm on that side. I still got Philly and Denver. I could be wrong. I know for a fact that my Denver pick rides because they got to buy. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's get to the fan question, man.
Yeah.
shout out to the True League with TK, Davion, Sheldon, all of them, man. We had a question that came up from from the homie Mike G, right? And it specified it's one of those, it's a pro ball players returning to college. And if you've seen recently, we have a former professional player that's returning over to Baylor. We've seen J.R. Smith go back to play golf, different sport, understood. But he asked the question, pro ball players returning to college to play. What are the pros? What are the cons? What would you do in a situation as a professional and you had the opportunity to go back to college to play? And then how do you think the players that are already on the team feel about it? So I think it'd be easy. We could just start off with the pros. What's your thoughts?
My quick thoughts on this one. The pros for me would be, I'm trying to think of what perspective. From the player's perspective that's going back to college, or am I looking at this from the perspective of the league?
Both. And
Okay.
not only the league, you would also consider
The
it
college
for
kids.
not only the college kids, the college team.
Yeah.
Right. So for the particular reference that this all came from for the audience's knowledge, this is James Najee. He was a 2023 NBA draft pick. He was drafted 31st overall, but he never played an NBA game or signed a guaranteed deal. I think he played in the G League.
Yep.
He played in the G League. And then now he's returning to Baylor and was granted 4 years of eligibility.
So this was murky because you said the key word. He never signed a guaranteed contract. So, like, technically, was he a professional? Was he not? That's where things get a little murky. And I'm actually more okay with this guy than the other guy who literally played on the NBA floor and now is going to get to go back to go to college. So
yeah,
my biggest this one is, if I'm looking at it from the perspective of the league, you have the chance to now lose assets that you draft because this guy was, like in the conversation for stuff like that. You don't just get picked up by a G League team for nothing. So you played college ball or you get picked up, whatever the case may be. There is an opportunity to lose your players now. So your assets that you have who may not have touched the floor, you may have a chance to lose them as you're working on those players and trying to develop them. If I'm looking at it from the player's perspective, this is a grand opportunity. You mean to tell me I've been making $42,000 in the G League and now I can go back to college on an NIL deal and I can go make a couple $1 million for the next couple of years? He may not even be an NBA prospect, but the fact that he's going to be able to go and make this kind of money and then be at a college level and then already have the physicality or whatever that he has his advantage of, perfect. Perfect for him. Whatever. From the college standpoint, you were worried about incoming freshmen or portal transfer players. Now you have to worry about pros. now you have to worry about guys that you are trying to get to. That is where it gets a little tricky for me, because if I have to worry about them too, it's open season. Like, who isn't on the chopping block? I have a chance to go get a 24-year-old who's like in NBA shape and has been playing around pros and doing all this other stuff. I get to go get him and pay him $1 million and put him in your spot. Yeah, you're in trouble. The portal was already a problem. We got this now. Yeah, you're in trouble.
Okay. Do you think there's a chance that it levels the playing field?
In what way? What way could it level the playing field? For me, it's like, sure. Does it level it for college, giving these guys a better opportunity? For sure. You can have an older guy that come in to help progress the younger guys, however you want to spin it. But I don't know if this actually helps the school's kids than it does the individual. I think this is totally, we've moved past team sports at this point. It's all about the individual. So I think this is the best thing for the individual, but I don't think this is the best thing for the sport.
Okay. So where I might build towards it, I'll start off the same thing for you. The pro, or before we even get there, college at this point is professional.
True.
That's going to be my premise.
True.
College at this point with the NIL, being able to be played, this is professional. There's some people going back to school simply for the fact that they would make more going to school than they would going to the pros, and you may not get played in the pros.
Right.
So if that's understood, I do think this will spawn the conversation, and this really only exists, I think, the most for the NBA, and maybe I'm thinking the NBA is going to be the primary. Maybe MLB wouldn't be in golf, wouldn't be in the NFL, because if you go pro in the NFL, you go pro. Well, no, it might carry over to the NFL as well. I stand corrected. You're a practice squad dude, might be able to slide back and get eligibility playing in college, right? So the NFL, football and basketball would be the primary.
Right.
I'm assuming if you're in this position to go back, you're not someone that's starting. Because you'd be making a different type of money. Okay. You may not even be on the field. You might be G League and for the NFL practice squad just because they don't have a G League.
Right. But when you go to college, you'd be a starter.
Be a starter. Yes. Now, in the same situation, similar to James Najee, he has 4 years of eligibility. My assumption would be for those that are in this situation, there's a strong chance that they end up playing at that one university. So you are probably going into a situation where you're not bouncing around in the portal. Right. You're at a particular age. Heck, man, if you going back at 23, 24, you might already have a life started. You might have a child. You might have a fiance or be married. So it's like that moving back and forth like a younger 18, 19, 20-year-old can do may not be an option for you or just may not be a want for you. So as I'm listing this as a pro and a possibility, both for the individual and for the team, you have a solid, professionally trained player that's going to be there. You have a vet, if you will. You have a vet for a certain amount of years, unless something you just put up stellar numbers. And then we also know how the game looks. At a particular age, the pros, they start like, do you make it? How many years do we have with you?
You really care. Yeah.
You feel me? So unless you're a QB, if you're going back at 24, 25, the only way that saves you, like as a running back, you already might be past your prime years. You done taken hits. Right. Receiver, maybe. We seen Calvin Ridley be a little bit older, right? Like we seen that pop out, but I think it benefits both. Like you at least get to build a little bit of a tradition. You get to have somebody that's not just a one and done and roll out. And I'm thinking, especially because I don't think we see this at the blue chip schools just yet. I think this builds towards it. Baylor is kind of on that cusp, especially Baylor basketball. They're on that cusp. You're not Duke, you're not Kansas, you're not UNC, but you're no slouch. You're actually very respected in college basketball world. Yeah. Cool. I think that could be a pro. I think him being able to go back because you did play G League. G League by definition is the pro. Is G League higher than college? Historically, yes, but as of the new NIL deals, as of what they're pushing forward now, is it? Your max contract might be $500,000. We're looking at people making millions over here.
Well, and to your point too, it's like there are certain coaches that like to recruit older players anyway, portal or before portal. So if I'm a coach who likes older players because I don't want to have to deal or develop an 18-year-old, yeah, this is a perfect opportunity. I'm about to start snatching some G League players for sure. That's a great opportunity.
Okay. Cons.
Scholarships are getting soaked up by grown men. Where do these kids have to go?
Scholarships are being taken, yes. I'm sure there's a higher possibility for a split, right? And this is just me. I'm more so trying to walk further down the line versus because this is all new. Older player going back to school, I think you're doing that for a reason. If you're in a situation to where you're already in the G League and you have the ability to go back to school and you're going to somewhere like Baylor, they're giving you 4 years. I would also assume that you also have the opportunity to go play overseas. Right. So you going back to school, you're a student that we probably don't have to worry. You chose to go back to school.
Right.
You're probably trying to finish your degree. You're probably trying to fit. You're going to be in class.
Yeah.
You got me. So now scholarships get soaking up. I agree. I think this drives away the young heads. That's the con for me. I think you don't get the 17, 18, 19-year-old.
It's already happening with the portal.
But at this, okay, so I was going to say that at the same time, is that not already a con with or without this in itself? You might be one and done. Okay.
But I'm saying you're adding to it, though. It's already happening with the portal, but now you're giving another thing, another edge to the sword on the situation. So now the young kids who were already fighting the portal will now have to fight the guys that are in the G League or possibly playing overseas and then come playing in these leagues. Like that's a problem. That's a huge con in my opinion.
What's the con for the individual?
It's not a con for the individual. This gives an individual an opportunity to go play at a university where he's going to be glorified, given millions of dollars, and now set up for whatever life transition that he has, whether that's going to play overseas, whether that's trying to get back into the league, whether that's, getting his degree and starting his own business. Whatever the case may be, he's getting a leg up on life again, or for the first time. Who knows? But as a con, it's a major con against the young kids trying to come in.
Okay. What would you do in that situation? You're James Najee.
I'm going.
How do you approach it? You're going to college?
Yeah.
Like you're already a professional. You had the opportunity
Right.
to go back. You going back to school.
Right. Because here's the one or two things that works out for me. One, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid stupid, right? Like they're spending NIL money straight from the colleges now. So I'm getting money that I never seen before to play basketball at a technically lower state. So I'm going down, I'm playing, I'm going to be the man on campus, whatever the case may be. And then if I do that for the next 4 years and I rack up and I don't make the league and I don't make the NBA, I was already on that path as it was. I might have gotten an opportunity. I might have made a game or two that made my name, where I might have got a 10-day contract. That money still doesn't add up to the 1 year I'm about to take at Baylor. So if I'm looking at this from the perspective of the player, this is the best opportunity that I have in front of me. And not only the best, but probably the only, if I'm looking at it and being real with myself.
Okay. I'm with you. I don't see any. If I'm in this position, I don't see what else as an option that I wouldn't do. Of course, I'm going back. Like, what are we talking about? You get to be on the Van Wilder program while being fully scholarshiped up. Yeah, and paid, yeah. And
they got a crib, they ain't in the dorms. Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like you in a better situation now. Are we assuming that he's getting paid? I don't think it specified anything about an NIL deal for him, but I would think if you played in the pro, you are at least a six-man.
They have to spend money on the roster, so it's not as if like you're good. We're giving him only money and everybody else doesn't get any. It's a roster paid contract. So now they have to pay people that are on the team. So Baylor being one of those big teams that you and I know in Texas, where a lot of boosters pay money to, they're going to see this opportunity. They're going to pour more money into it. Homeboy's getting paid for sure.
Okay. Do you think he gets more there than he does in
going overseas?
Yeah.
If he's in the G League right now, he's not playing. He's probably second guy off the bench or something like that. One, you're not making that much money anyway. You probably have an opportunity to play overseas, but the NIL money right now, as you and I both know, is stupid.
Okay, cool. Then yes, I'm going back too. And then we kind of touched on it, but more specifically, isolating the players on the team currently, how they feel.
Terrible.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. One side, you get an older guy that can help you win some games and all that other stuff. But like, this is also somebody that's coming to take somebody's spot. And again, I didn't see this coming from above me. I saw this coming below me, or maybe laterally, like one of my colleagues, or somebody that was on another team would come transfer over to the team or whatnot. Now I have to worry about the guys in the G League too. Yeah, no, I don't like this. Imagine being 19, being at the school. You've been there for a year. You got your NIL deal and all that stuff. Come and talk to you in the office. Hey, by the way, we got to let you go. Opportunity popped up. We got a guy from the G League, and he's coming to take your spot.
I mean, okay, two parts to that though. One, aren't they already doing that more or less?
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying you're worried about certain people. You're worried about the guy that's coming up. You're worried about the guy that's next to you. You're worried about the guy that could potentially be on another team. Now you have to worry about another group of people. I understand that you're already worried, but I'm saying the pool that you're worried about just got bigger.
Yeah, because
and they're more attractive.
Yeah, because we might be arguing that there's certain players that, yes, they're very much in that position. I would say out of the 15-man roster, only 4. I think most teams at max 4 are in the situation we're talking about where you're highly concerned, right? Max. Most of it, I would say on average would probably be 1 to 2. Depending on whoever's playing his respective position. Right. The rest of the guys may or may not worry. You're getting your looks. That's the end of the deal. Whatever. Right. Cool. So if we're going just with the averages on it, and that's 15, including walk-ons, because not everybody has a scholarship. So if anything, this might affect. I think the first people to get affected would be the walk-ons. Not too far, possibly a 1B is who we're talking about. You're supposed to be the guy, and then they went and got an older version of you that's willing to do anything, right? Because you came back to school where you might still feel like you have leverage and it might be taken away. I could feel away on the team. I'm trying to think of me at that age, though. You coming back at 24. Yeah, I'm hot, but at the same time, I see us. I know us too. We were there. That's a motivation to us, especially being filled with pride at that time. It's like, you 24, bro. Like,
I'm coming at your neck. Like when we're in practice, I'm trying to do what I can to show that it wasn't worth going to get you. Like I get that side, but being a person, being real about the situation, I'm worried.
Okay, very fair, very fair. Nah, that was a good question. But before we roll out, Trae Young just got traded.
Stop right now.
Trae Young just got traded to the Wizards.
No, my God, bro, please. Bro, please tell me you're trolling. Please.
They sent them to the Wizards for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert.
Bro, they said, you want to come here? Okay. And they just sent it. They said, bro, you want to come play with us? For me? Really? Okay. They said that. He said that today. Oh my God, bro! Just sent himself to purgatory for what? What did you, bro? Somebody go.
CJ said I could leave. Wait. They tried to banish me. Me? Hey, CJ hasn't even unpacked in Washington.
Oh my God.
CJ got the call sitting in the airport.
Oh my God. We got to talk about all the NBA rumors and trades next time. This doesn't make any sense, bro. He said this today. He said, I want to come be a Wizard. That's my destination. And the Wizards said bet. And they just sent the house. That is crazy.
How bad was it in Atlanta that you volunteer for purgatory?
I'm telling you to go check on him. I'm like, if you know him, go check. Make sure he's good, bro. Because this don't sound like he all right. You know what I mean? Go check on your people. That's what they check on your people.
Even Ja is like, nah. Because what are we? The Wizards. Okay, full details.
If they traded him
Right.
to the Wizards and he had nothing to do with it, it is business. It is what it is. You get over it. It's the NBA. For him to come out of his mouth and say, I want to be a Washington Wizard, go check on him.
Now, the Hawks win clearly in this situation.
Duh.
They got rid of a contract. They're talking about pursuing Anthony Davis and maybe get and they also have they have the New Orleans and Milwaukee first round pick in June too.
Oh, they about to go trade it for something.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They got something going on. They have to go trade it for something.
Yes, they are. Because Young has $95 million remaining on his deal, which is through next year. So if you're Trae, he's here for $1.50. You have to ball out
and send me to purgatory so I can just go wherever I want to after that. Is that what he's saying?
You have to ball out so you can go get the next contract here. It's on you at this point.
He's getting a mid. He's getting a mid contract next time. He's not getting a max. He's getting a mid. And he's going to go to a team where he can help and actually try to win. Because this right here is a joke.
A mid?
Mid to high. Whatever. Just saying.
Okay.
He's going to squeeze in somewhere to where he can actually help the team win. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying he's not going to get paid. But he's not going to get $50 million a year. Like, that's where we're at right now.
It didn't help his case to go to Washington.
No.
Like, you would have liked to have seen him go to maybe a mid-level team to where you could show I helped improve them here or there. Now, wild case scenario, if Washington just goes on this freakish run, because the East is weak. I don't know. We're reaching for stars because this whole trade is boo-boo nonsense.
I don't even want to talk about this no more. I need to go call my brother or something right now. This is crazy.
Bro, it's Trae Young to the Wizards, bro. For CJ McCollum. Boy, CJ is about to do backflips in that. CJ went from Portland having to deal with Dame left, then to New Orleans. Zion not showing up. We know what he's dealing with right now as we speak. Then to Washington. I don't know why you open your eyes like that. Zion has the most money and the worst selection at this. I've never.
Zion need to stop letting these girls bring the phone in the crib. Just
oh my god, man! Just
nope. Just stop bringing the phone.
Stay off of OnlyFans. Stay off of OnlyFans.
That's all we need to say. Stop bringing the phone.
You know how Kyler has the no video games clause in his football contract? Zion should have a no OnlyFans clause and stay on the court contract. Anytime you should have to turn in your browser history every day you go into the office.
If they come to your crib, you have to lock their phone up. That's all I'm saying. Because
your Google Chrome doesn't come with incognito mode.
Young man, all right. We know what's gonna happen, but just like lock the phone up, man. Come on. Stop letting him
treat his computer as like the public library.
She's
like,
just sitting on the couch filming you mess with the TV, bro. Like, this ain't even like her catching you in the bed with her with the this is her just casually sitting on your couch. Like, come on, dog. She got your whole penthouse on, so everybody know where you live at now. Come on, man.
Bro, stay off of OnlyFans, bro.
Enough.
Enough. Man. Yeah, so now, as I'm CJ, I just left OnlyFans Supreme King Goon Platoon Zion went to worst purgatory, and I'm going to Atlanta. Stop it, man. Free me. I'm out. CJ doing backflips on the PJ.
Right now.
It's a flip flops.
Hey, meet me at Magic City. Get them lemon peppers going. You know exactly what's happening. Yep.
CJ done called all the Falcons. Hey, I know y'all at home. Show me around. Show me the city. Hey, 21, what'd you say? Fuck the streets? Yeah, man. I'm not trying to be in the streets either, but show me where to go, bro. Yeah, man. You know what, man? CJ going down there. CJ so happy he gonna try to get Thug and Gunna back together, bro. That's CJ coming to Atlanta to do numbers, man. Oh man. Oh my goodness, man. But that's been a great episode, man. That's what we have for y'all. Trae Young, he got traded. Perfect.
Go check on your mans. That's all I gotta say.
Perfect way to start the new year, bro. That's how the sports squad coming back to you, man. I do want to lobby this to you while we on air, man. How you feel about live streaming the championship football game for the NCAA?
That's a convo.
That's a convo. Got it. That's all. Y'all heard it here, folks. Follow us, like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate you. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Keep It Clean Show. Follow us on Twitter at Keep It Clean Show. Give us some more comments. As you see, we do questions. We appreciate every time that y'all tune in with us. We appreciate everything that y'all give as far as feedback. And we love that y'all are a part of the conversation. And y'all might end up here one time. But till next time. See you later, folks.
Every time you see me, I keep it clean like a coaster.